This is Little Judy from Musica.com, and I actually ran here when I heard Shakira was here. So you got a woman over 40 running up the avenue to see Shakira.
I never thought you were.
Thank you, it's my secret. But I'm so excited to see you as always, and we have some really interesting announcements about a tour coming up. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
The tour of Mongoose is ready.
Mm-hmm.
The Mongoose is ready. The tour. And I'm pretty excited about that. You know, it's my first real encounter with American fans, and with fans from all over the world. You know, I'll be visiting Europe, Australia, Asia, Middle East, Latin America, of course my country, Colombia, and we'll start everything here in America. So I'm pretty excited about that.
Yeah, it's the very first time you've never really performed just by yourself. I think you've done a couple of things with us, but
well, I performed. I did tour in Latin America twice. My first tour was the Piezas Casas tour, and the second one was the Amphibio tour. But this is my actual first world tour, so it's something really new. It's like an adventure.
Well, and the other thing is you started out barefoot with Piezas Casas, and now you're into shoes. So what's happening with Reebok? What's that all about?
Oh, well, it's a little bit of, those kind of things that are kind of meant to be, because actually, I have a foundation called Piezas Casas, that helps, attempts to help childhood in my country. Childhood with humanitarian financial needs, and I always had a huge dream of giving away shoes in my country to the barefoot kids. And when I was signed by Reebok, that was exactly what we were talking about. They were actually mentioning that they were ready to help me with my foundation, with whatever plans I had, and that was one of my plans for a long time. So it was like the perfect opportunity to do that, and I'm really glad, this kind of association, because they're really great people, and I love the brand too. So,
do you go running? Like I do today? What do you do when you're on tour? It must be amazing to do like 30 countries, 50 cities in a long period of time. What do you do to relax and unwind? How do you keep yourself from just going nuts with that?
Well, trying not to do more than 4 shows a week. That's important. And then, I don't know, I kind of like to read in my spare time, if I ever have some, and paint, or just, hang out with my musicians and the people I love, that kind of thing.
There was something else I wanted to ask you. I know you love to read. Shakira is a real book person, because I watched you when you came.
Yes, but sometimes I don't have the time. I wish I had.
No, you know how I knew? Because you came to the radio station and somebody had a book there, and you just started picking it up and reading it. Because whatever book is there, a book person always looks for. What are you reading these days? What are you reading right now?
You're gonna laugh at this one. I'm reading a 4th grade history book. Yeah, from the Universal History. So I just wanted to refresh some of my school knowledge, but it's actually cool. There's a lot of things to forget about. You have to keep freshening it up.
Do you think that's something you'd like to do at some point, to write a book?
Yeah, actually, yeah.
What would the Shakira book be?
I don't know yet. I would probably start with some sort of autobiographical book, and then I would move on into something maybe more complicated, because it's always easy to talk about your own life, to put it in your own words. It's easier than actually coming up with an imaginary story or that kind of stuff. But I think that would be a good way to start. At least to experiment, to see if there's any talent or any any skill for that.
Well, I think probably as a lyricist, I don't think I think it's a natural progression for you to do that. I just have one more question about the tour itself. Can you tell us a little bit about maybe having surprises in there, as far as, do you have dancers, do you have lights, what are we going to see when we see your show?
Well, it's going to be a pretty energetic rock and roll show, pure entertainment, but also I'm gonna keep the artistic side of it very alive, and I have the best team of, lighting, sounds, and the best band. I love my musicians. They're sounding great, and every day they amaze me even more. And it's not a playback show, none of that stuff. It's the real thing. It's a real rock and roll show, I would say, because believe it or not, there's a rocker trapped in this body, and it usually comes out once I'm on stage.
There's a lot of wonderful things trapped in that body. There's a wonderful woman, a very caring person, a great artist, and I'm always happy to see you.
Thank you. How much do I owe you for that?
Just pay me later, guys. Congratulations, Shakira.
Nice to see you.
Nice to see you.